Hi, this is Barbie. We're going to do a reformer workout today. We're going to start with 2 reds and a green. You can adjust that down if you'd like. I'm going to have my headrest up partially up, and I'm going to go ahead and lay back. Shoulders are behind those shoulder pads. We're going to have a nice open chest. Heels are going to go on that foot bar. Let's do a Pilates V shape so the heels are touching, the knees and toes are apart. Knees are about shoulder width. With a nice deep breath, prepare. We're going to press out, exhale, and resist those springs, come back in. So out and in. We want to have a little bit of space underneath that lower back so we're not tucking the tailbone up. We want to keep that natural curve of that lower back away from the carriage. Chest is wide. We're going to go 5. Breathe as you come down. 4. Full extension of those legs. Resist the springs as you come in. 2 more. 2. On your next one, come halfway in and stop the carriage. We're going to pulse it out. We're going to keep that pace nice and even. We're going to feel the back of the legs resisting as we bend. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it all the way out. Reach the legs long. Good. Bend in slow. Good. Down to the toes, about a fist width between the feet. We're going to still have those heels touching. Knees are still shoulder width. With an exhale, press out. Resist down. Exhale. Our tailbone feels heavy. Our shoulders are wide and relaxed. Breathe as you bend. 6, exhale. Breathe as you come in. 5, 4. Really pull those legs out straight. 3, really stretch nice and smooth. Try not to snap the legs. And all the way out. Halfway back in and pause. Little pulses out. Pelvis is heavy. Chest and ribs are heavy. 8, 7, 6, breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way out to full extension and resist in. Good. Heels are wide. Pelvis is heavy. Abs are drawn down. And exhale, press out. You're going to feel a sensation of pulling those feet inward as we're pulling that carriage outward. So a little bit of a draw in of those heels. They won't really move. You're just pretending like they're pulling towards each other, feeling those inner thighs activate. 5, 4, 'and again, pulses halfway in, pause the carriage and pulse it out and feel that pulling in sensation of those heels. 8, breathing, relaxing that upper body. 4, 3, 2, pull those legs all the way out, straighten them out, pull back in. Good. Staying wide on that foot bar, step down to your toes, all 10 toes on that foot bar. We're going to really press into that big toe, second toe. Pull the carriage out and resist it. Exhale out. Pelvis heavy. Try not to tuck the butt as you're bending in, so we want to keep that lift of that lower back. Inhale in. 5. Nice smooth pace. 4. Little pause at the top. 3, 2. Halfway in and hold it. Little pulses out. Ankles are high. Lifting up through the arch of the foot. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, all the way out. Hold and bend back in. Good. We're going to stay on toes. We're going to bring the toes to the center, about a hand's width between those feet, so you're about hip distance apart. Knees are straight up. Press the carriage out. Hold it. We're going to lower the heels and lift. Heels reach under and they rise. Soften the chest. Let the pelvis sink heavy. We're going to go down, up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Heels will stay up on this one. Now bend your left knee, reach your right heel under the foot bar, and rise up and change. And rise up and change. One more time, slow. We're going to speed that up. We're going to lift the heels and change. Left knee bends, lift, and right knee bends. So the leg that's stretching is straight. Good. 6, change, 5, change, change, 4, change, 3, and 3, 2, and then hold. One more time, we're just going to hold, relax that upper body, rise up and change. Good, both heels under, lift the heels, and come back in. Very nice, you guys. Heels are going to go on top of that foot bar. We're going to let that headrest come back flat. Shoulders are down the back, and maybe scoot away from your shoulder pads just so there's a little space there. Arms are down by your side. Take an inhale. We're going to think about lower abs pulling in, like a nice tight seatbelt. We're going to tilt that pelvis so the lower back is flat and then roll it through the spine. Hips are lifting up, abs are drawing in. We're going to tilt those hips way down and lift up, almost like you're tapping, maybe even tapping the carriage just very briefly. Down and up. Exhale, lift. 8. Carriage is pulling in. So your hips are pulling towards your heels, and you're feeling like your heels are dragging towards your hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up, down, up, little pulses, up. Really squeeze those glutes. 8, 7, relax your chest. 6, 4, pull those lower abs in. 3, 2, hips up, hold. Inhale, soften through the chest, let the chest sink down, the ribs sink down onto the mat, lower back and pelvis release. Good. If you're cramping already, you can stay on those heels. Otherwise, we're going to try those toes, all 10 toes on that foot bar, hand width apart. Roll up through your spine. Hips are lifted, abs are in. Soften your chest away from your chin. Tilt down, way down, up. As the hips rise, tummy in. And we've got 7. Shoulders and arms are relaxed. 6. Lower abs are in. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hips up. Hold, little pulses up and abs and up. Pubic bone up. Tailbone's curling up to the back of the legs. 7, 6, 5, 4. Abs in. 3, 2. Lift, hold, inhale, soften through the chest, roll down from chest through ribs, through lower back, pelvis, and draw those knees up to your chest, kind of rock side to side. And very nice. Good. We're going to send those legs out over the foot bar. We're going to grab the back of the legs, maybe press down or maybe pull up. We're going to come on up. We're going to do a spring change. We're going to change down one of the reds and one of the greens, and we're going to do a yellow and a red. So 2 springs, 1 red, and either 1 yellow. If you want it heavier, you'll do a blue spring. So 2 springs. And we're going to go ahead and lay back down. Feet back on that foot bar. Shoulders are nice and evenly spaced between those shoulder pads. We're going to grab those straps. And we're going to do short loops. And we're going to send those arms right up to the ceiling, straight up from that shoulder socket. Press down on the hands. Feel those armpits tighten up a little bit. Knees tabletop. Take a breath. Arms are going to start pulling. Head, neck, shoulders lift. Legs extend out. And we're going to, without moving the legs, curl the tailbone. Feel those abs a little bit deeper into the lower belly. Knees bend, arms up, head goes back gently. Lift, extend, hold. Curl the tailbone. A little scoop out of those abs. Knees bend, arms up, lay back. And 2 more like that. Lengthen and pull those abs in. Curl the tailbone. Just a little tiny lift of the knees and legs. And let's speed that up. We're going to go out 5. We're still feeling that curl of the tailbone, pulling those abs into the lower belly. 4, 3. Neck can always stay down. Head can stay down if your neck is tired. Knees and arms up, and release those feet down to the foot bar. Very nice. Good. Should be getting warm now. So we're going to go arms out to a T. We're going to keep the chest and shoulders heavy underneath us, and we're going to keep the head down. Knees up. Same thing with the legs. Arms are going to pull to the hips. Legs are going to extend out. We're feeling those lower abs. Knees and arms up. Open. and pull down the sides of the body. Legs extend out. Open to that T position as the knees come in. Slide those legs away from you, feeling the abdominals engage, arms to a T. Reach those fingertips out to the sides of the room. Legs straighten as you touch your hips. Breathe as you open those arms. Let's go. Exhale. To the hips and out with those legs. 3. Down to the hips, reaching for that foot bar. Legs towards the foot bar. 2. Arms will stay. Knees come into tabletop. Lift your chest. Arms are just going to open about halfway and back to your hips for 6. Chest and shoulders are lifted if you can. 5. 4. Belly is flat. 3. 2. Hold to your hips, lay the head down, arms go up and feet find their way down to that foot bar. Very nice. Good job. Okay, we should be warming up through those lower abdominals. So we're going to send those arms up, shoulders down, a little bit of an unshrugging sensation, knees tabletop. So right over that pubic bone with those knees. Arms go down, chest lifts up, left leg goes out, and both knees and arms up. And exhale. And breathe in. 6. Inhale. 5. Breathe in. Maybe legs are higher if we're feeling this in the back. 4. Reach those hands down. 3. If you're feeling it in your neck, leave your head down. 2. Now we're going to hold this one. Arms are down, one leg is out. We're going to change the legs. 8 and 7. Again, head can go down. 6, 5. Pull the belly button in. 4. Breathe in and out. 3, 2, 1. Knees and arms up, lay back. Good. Let's scoot out of those shoulder pads. Arms out. We're going to roll the knees over to a side and just hold that stretch. Be nice and heavy through your center, right through the center of the chest. Knees are really rotated. Inhale, knees center, and the knees go over to the other side and look over your shoulder if that feels good for you. And then draw those knees up center. We're going to bring those arms right up to the ceiling again. Short loops on those hands. And we can always change to longer loops if it feels too heavy. Knees tabletop. Good. Take a deep breath. We're going to pull those arms down to the hips. We're going to lift the chest. We're going to turn those palms in and stretch those legs out. Arms and legs are going to V and pull to center. And pull your tummy in, belly button pulling down. Exhale to center. Arms and legs only opening a little bit. Inhale, open, and 5. Tummy in. Chest is up. Again, head can go down. 4 if your neck is tired. 3, 2, squeeze shut, and release. Very nice. Okay, good work. We're going to go elbows down by your ribs. If we can, we're going to leave them off the mat. You could also set them down. But we're going to press some tension into the palms. Those knees are back up. We're going to flex the feet. Take a deep breath. When we press, the arms and legs are going to go straight. We're going to lift the chest. We're going to go out and lay back. Out. If you'd like to add a challenge, you can keep the chest lifted as you bend the arms and knees. 5. Bend, press, lift. 4. Also option to stay down with the head. 3, 2, 1, and release. Elbows are still bent, knees are still bent. Good. Now let's lift the chest and press just the arms out straight. Elbows are hovering. 5, tummy in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it back. Very nice job. All right, let's get into those obliques. We're going to have both hands up. Option to keep your knees just bent. So if you're doing that, the knees will just rotate from one side to center to the other side to center. If you're going to add on to that, you're going to extend. So let's start with just the knees tilting. We're going to pull those hands to the left, knees tilt to the right. Arms and knees center. Knees tilt left, hands reach to the right. Knees and arms are centered. Let's add that leg extension. Reach those legs out, reaching to the left. Knees and arms center. Legs extend left as you reach out to the right. 4, 3, legs are going right, hands are going left, 2, 1, knee center, arm center, and release that down. Very nice. Good. Let's go ahead and put loops down, and we're going to go ahead and sit up. Exhale, grab behind those legs or push yourself up. We're going to take it down to just the blue spring. So we're going to go ahead and roll back and lay back down on the back. Head is on the headrest. We're going to start with that left strap. Left arm up. Right arm is just going to relax down by your side. So it's going to be completely relaxed. From shoulder to shoulder, you're feeling nice and even, tabletop legs. Now let's keep the head back. The arm is going to go down to the hip. The legs extend out. Shoulders stay heavy. Knees bend, arm goes up. Breathe. And we want to keep some tension in that hand, so we don't want to hear that machine snap in. And we're going to go exhale down to the hip, legs out. 4. Try to keep the shoulders evenly weighted. 3. Pelvis is also evenly weighted. 2. Abs are pulling in as the legs go out. 1. Hold the arm down, knees in. Now lift the chest up, push that hand a little further. We're going to put the right hand behind your head. We're going to go ahead and bring the arm halfway up and down. And now we can add some legs if we want. If you're feeling it, when you pull down, you can straighten the legs. 5, 4. You could also just keep those knees bent. 3, the arm is only lifting halfway. 2, last time, pause, arm down, legs out, knees in, arm up. Release it all the way back. Peg that loop on the long strap. And let's do right hand into the strap, left arm down by your side. You should completely relax on that left side. Knees up, tabletop. Leave your head back. We're going to go down to the hip with the arm, extend those legs out. Knees come to tabletop, arm goes up slow. Control that rope down, extend out. Tabletop, inhale, arm up. And 4, exhale. Head and shoulders are back. Even out those shoulders, down and extend. Inhale, knees bend, arms up. Arm down, slide those legs out. 2, feel your tummy as the legs slide out. We're going to go ahead and reach it down, legs out. Hold the arm, knees in, just up to knees. Left hand gently behind the head. Arm rises up to the knees. Arm is straight. Pull those lower abs in like a tight seatbelt. Now, option to straighten the legs. When the arm comes down, let's straighten those legs. 5. Breathe as your arm rises. Exhale, 4. Knees bend, arm reaches up and breathe. Exhale, 3. Chest is lifted. 2. Shoulders are lifted off the mat. Hold it. 1. Bring the knees in, arm rises, and find your foot bar. Very nice. Peg that long loop. Grab those pegs. Now we're going to do left ankle over right knee, and the knees are going to roll over to the left. And we're going to send that right arm open. Deep breaths in and out. Grab that peg, and both hands on those pegs as you roll the knees center. You're going to send your right ankle over your left knee, knees to the right, and left arm opens. And breathe. And then grab that peg and pull those abs in and knees center. And good, we're ready to move on. Let's come on up. All right, let's get out a box. We're going to get a long box. So we're going to take the short end of the box, press it up against those shoulder pads, and we're going to make sure it's nice and even and pushed up. And we're going to do just that blue spring. We're going to go ahead and take a seat. Our feet are going to go down into those springs and onto the platform underneath the foot bar. We're going to go ahead and grab loops. And we'll start with those long straps. We're going to sit up as straight as we can. Chest is lifted, and we're finding those sit bones right under the tush. Our arms are going to reach out to the side walls with your hands slightly forward of your shoulders. So if you can see in that mirror, your hands shouldn't be behind your chest. They should be kind of even with the chest. Now, feel that seatbelt sensation, and we're going to pull those fingertips around the lower chest and open slow. And exhale, lift. And nice tall spine, lift up through the heart. 4. If this is too light, go to the short straps. 3, 2, and 1. Finish with the arms wide, chest up, tummy in, and lower the arms down. Palms are rotated forward. Arm is almost straight, but just not quite locked at the elbow. We're going to lift those fingertips up to about forehead level or eyebrow level and lower down. Press up, lift the biceps. So the top of the arm, that bicep muscle, the upper arm is lifting up. The arms are almost straight. Chest is straight up. 3, and feel a little taller when the arms come down. Shoulder blades drop as the fingers rise. 2 more. Exhale. 2. We've got 1 more. Reach the arms up. Bring the heart up as the shoulders go down and arms are down. Good. All right, let's try this in our short straps. So again, palms are up. That rope is coming right over the palm. Chest is up. Back is nice and tall. We're going to go out for 1 and in. And out for 2 and in. As the fingertips reach ahead, the shoulder blades feel like they're dropping down. And stay nice and tall. Hearts are lifting, belly button to the spine, and finish with the elbows back, chest up. Good. We're going to add on. We're going to go out, fingertips down to the floor, fingertips lift to shoulder level, and pull the elbows back, nice and tall. So we're out 1, down with straight arms to the floor, 2 to the hips, up to shoulder level, and 2 more sets. Out forward, shoulders down, fingertips down, fingertips lift, reach forward and bend. Last time. Exhale forward. Fingertips down, chest up. And lift those fingertips up and bend those elbows, finish tall and release. Good. We're going to keep that left loop. We're going to put that right one down. And we're going to do a quarter turn towards the street. If you'd like this heavier, you'll stay towards the foot bar. If you want it lighter, we're going to sit towards those ropes, but I'm going to sit right in the middle. So you can also choose the middle. We're going to go ahead and interlace those fingers. That left hand has that strap. We're going to attempt to stay nice and centered on the pelvis. So we're trying not to tilt over to that left side. Get that right hip heavy. We're going to inhale to our left. We're going to pull around to our right. We're going to keep the belly button drawn in, and we're going to keep lifting the chest up and over that pelvis. So we're not leaning back. 4, arms are reaching out in front of us. The straighter, the harder. 3, pull those ribs around. 2, feeling that rib cage rotation. And good. We're going to go ahead and grab that loop with the right hand now. Chest is up. If this is too heavy, go to your longer strap. Now, we're going to send those legs out. This is an option. You don't have to do. But we're going to try to lift up tall, and we're going to go ahead and pull the knuckles out. It's like your lower arm is scraping a table. You're pulling things off the table by pulling that knuckle to the right. 5, legs out. 4, chest up. Elbows stay stationary. 3, nice and tall through the spine. Check those side mirrors. 2, and back is long and release. We should be feeling a lot of work here in that upper shoulder. We're going to put that down. You can either walk around or just turn around on the box. And we're going to go ahead and take a seat, same spot if you can. We'll grab that loop closest to the closet or to the knee side. And we're going to start with those hands interlaced with the right hand in the loop. Chest is up. Back is feeling very long and straight. We're going to rotate to your ropes, and we're going to rotate to the foot bar. Ribs are twisting. Breathe to your right. Exhale. We're going to keep that left hip heavy, so we're not going to try to tilt our body from hip to hip. And lift your chest over your ribs, nice, or lift your chest over your pelvis. 3, arms stretching out and chest lifting out in front of you. 2, and 1, and back to the right. Good. Take that short loop in the left hand. We're going to attach that elbow into the side like there's a door frame there. Legs are going to stretch out in front of us, and we're going to pull that knuckle out. We're going to try to keep the wrist nice and straight. Chest is up. You can just relax this arm. 6, elbow is stationary. 5, just that lower arm is moving again. 4. It's like your forearm is stretching across the table. 3. Legs are lifted out in front of you. Abs are in 2. And 1. And release that. Good. We'll peg that strap and come on up. Very nice. All right, let's turn those boxes sideways. We're going to do a little challenge here. We're going to do a spring change as well. Let's do 2 reds, and we'll take that other spring off. So we just have 2 springs. Let's do 2 reds. If you'd like it heavier, you can add that yellow. And we're going to grab some padding. I like to double my mat up. You could also triple it. One more fold and put it right in front of the box for your knees. So we're going to kneel, and we're going to put those knees up against the box flush. We're going to have those elbows right under shoulders. So I'm pretty tall. My elbows are going to be towards the back of the box. If you're really tall, you could also put your headrest up and put those hands right on that headrest on the sides. We don't want those shoulders to pinch up. We want those shoulders back. All right, knees up against the box, thighs up against the box. We're going to put that right heel up against that foot bar, and we're going to feel that curve of that lower back. So we're not going to arch the back like a cat. We're going to keep that tailbone tilted up and those lower abs pulled in. With an exhale, we're going to press straight out. It's pretty heavy, and we're going to resist in with the back of that leg. Out and resist in. Exhale. We're going to stay lifted through the chest, 7. And we're going to come in slow. So we're going to feel the work on those springs as we bend in. And out, full extension if you can, 5. Keep the heart and abs lifted, 3, 2. Halfway in, and we're going to pause that carriage and press it out. Tummy in, chest up, shoulders are off the ears. We've got 8 more. 8 and 7 and 6. And 5. Keep pressing. 4. Keep breathing. 3, 2. All the way out to full extension and resist it back in. Very nice. All right, we should be warming up if you weren't already. So that right knee comes up against the box, left heel to that foot bar. Reach the heart forward. Lift up your tummy. Tailbone is back. Press it out. And try to keep the hips as level as you can. It's a nice smooth extension, so we shouldn't feel a snap. 7, elbows are even. 6, 5, nice and smooth. 4, we're going to try not to snap the carriage in. 3, 2, halfway in and pause it. Little presses out. Out. The further out you go, the harder this is. 6, 5, 4, 3, abs up, chest up, 2, press it all the way out, reach it long and slow, and resist it, come back in. Good, let's come up. We're going to turn ourselves around and sit facing the foot bar. You're going to send those feet out towards that platform. And we're just going to reach either towards the legs or towards that foot bar and just stretch, reaching over those toes. So either on the legs or over the foot bar. Breathe. And good. We're going to bring those hands towards us, lift up the chest, roll up, left hand to your hip and reach over. Keeping that opposite hip heavy. So the hip you're reaching away from, really pull it down into that box. And then switch and breathe. And very nice. All right, good job. Let's come on up. And we'll put those boxes away. All right, we're going to go ahead and put our mat away. And we're going to grab a blue ball. And we're going to use that in our headrest. So we're going to take a seat facing the side of the machine and put that headrest completely flat. Let's go ahead and change it down. We'll just leave one of those red springs on. So we're going to kind of scoot our hips back, and we're going to be laying on our left side with our ear on the ball. So hips are behind those shoulders. The shoulders are right at the center of the headrest or the carriage. We're going to find a little space underneath those waists as much as we can. Now we're going to push out grab that rope, and we're going to put it on the right foot, right at the arch of the foot, the long strap. We're going to press it out to the center of the foot bar. So you're really feeling that leg lined up with the body. And adjust if you need to. We're going to have that bottom knee bent, waist is up. So we have a little space here. We're going to bend the knee in front of the hip and press the leg to the center of the foot bar. The heel is going to come forward almost to the bottom knee. So it's going to track forward, and then you're going to push it and pull the leg back in line with the body. So bend it forward, press it. It's almost like you're taking a big step on a stair, and press 5 and 4. I like to have my bottom hand on that peg. 3. Really pull back with the glute right at the back of the leg. 2. Now leg stays straight. We're going to reach those toes to the foot bar. Without bending the knee, we're going to keep the leg straight. We're going to send the leg forward a little. Pull from the back of the leg back. Again, the waist is up. Leg goes forward straight. If you start feeling your hips moving, you want to stop and pull the leg back. So we want to keep those hips stacked up, bone over bone, and also nice and still. 3 more. Inhale forward. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Now hold it straight. Really stand in that strap. Press that leg out. Bring the heel just in front of the frame a little bit. Push the heel out. And we're going to lift and lift and lift. Maybe soften the knee a little bit. And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And leg comes back in line with the body. We're going to bend the knee. We're going to take that leg, so maybe grab the rope with your bottom hand and slide your leg through until the loop's above the knee. The knees are going to stack up. We're going to lift the feet up a little bit, and they're going to stay together. Now we're going to stick your butt out to that wall behind you. Again, the waist is up. We're going to open that knee for a clam motion. Just that top knee is opening. The feet are staying together. 10, 9, we should be feeling some work in that hip. 8, tummy still pulled in, waist still up. 6, 5, 4, breathing. 3, back is straight. Lift your chest to those shoulder pads. 2, and 1. We are done on this side. Good, relax. We'll press out or pull on that rope, and we're going to slide that leg out, and we're going to put that loop down, and we're going to press ourselves up. Good. You can walk around or just turn. So I'm just going to do a turn. Again, my hips are towards the back, and I'm going to lay down. I'm going to find a little space here between my waist and the machine. Grab that long loop, and we're going to put that top leg in it. Good. Now, keep your natural curve to the spine. So those hips are slightly behind shoulder. Good. We're going to press to that foot bar. The heel is pressing out. The leg is lined up with the rest of the body. And we're going to bend. The knee stops in front of the hip and push it out. The heel is coming forward. And again, we're going to readjust and feel that waist come up. We're going to go 7, 6. You might even put 2 fingers under there or your fingers under there to encourage that lift. 5. Press and reach. 4, 3. Tummies are still pulled in, so we're feeling those abs pulling back here. 1 more. That might have been a little off. We're going to hold the leg straight. Now from the hip socket, the leg swings forward and it pulls back. We're not going to let those hips move, so we're going to stabilize by pulling the lower abs in here. Feel that tight seat belt where hips are stacked. Good, let's do 4 more. Forward and back. 4, forward and back. 3, 2, and bring the leg in line with your body. Really stand in that strap. Now, keeping that waist up, hips stacked, bring the leg in just in front of the frame. You're going to go up and down. It's like you're painting a wall with your foot. 8, push on the foot. 7, 6, pull those abs in. 5, hips are still stacked. 4, we should be feeling some heat here. 3, 2, 1, down and pull it back. Bend it in. We're going to grab the rope, slide your leg through that strap, and we're going to stack up those knees. Hips are still stacked, feet are glued. Lift those feet up a little.
Curve out that back a little. So feel like your tailbone is reaching behind you. We're going to open that top knee and close. Good. And we've got 10 more. 10 clams. 9. Try to keep the feet touching. 8. Keep those abs pulled in, belly button to the spine. And 6. Inhale, lower. Exhale, open. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring those knees together. Good. We're going to grab that rope, maybe press out with your feet, and slip that loop off. And wrist. Very nice. Good. All right, let's keep hold of that ball. We're going to go ahead and add another red. And we'll go ahead and lay down. And we'll do a little stretch here. So we're going to lay back. Headrest is still flat. And we're going to lift those hips up and put the ball right under the pelvis. And we'll do a little force stretch. So that foot can stay on the foot bar. One ankle is over a knee. If you're feeling good balance, you can lift that foot off and bring the knees in. You could hold on to the shoulder pads, the pegs, or even the side of the frame here. Breathe. And you can do the same stretch without the ball under your hip. So if it feels unstable, just leave the ball out. You can set it down. And then we're going to change legs, ankle over knee, and maybe lift that knee up. Breathing as you stretch. Try to relax through the upper body. Let your chest and shoulders just sink into the mat. Breathe. And nice. Good. Both feet are going to go down onto that foot bar. We're going to lift those hips. Take that ball out. We're going to hold on to it. We're going to press the carriage out so the legs go straight, and then set the ball down to one side where you're going to be able to reach it again. So with the legs straight, you're going to grab a strap. You're going to put it on a foot and then push into that strap and grab the other and go ahead and put that foot in. Now the ball should be right there. We're going to put that ball to the heels, and we're going to have the knees and toes turned out again. So press those legs out towards your springs or towards your foot bar. Your hips are heavy. Again, we have a little natural curve lift. So we're putting a blueberry under that lower back, and we're not smashing it. We're going to keep that ball tight. If you drop your ball, continue on and just glue those heels together. We're going to bend in. The knees stop at the hips. Press out, straighten those legs, and give that ball a squeeze. Bend, inhale. Press and extend and squeeze those heels into that ball. Breathe. And you don't have to bend too deeply. We don't have to have those knees into the chin. 5. Ribs are heavy. Lower abs are in. 4. 3. Squeeze. 2. Now legs stay straight. Maybe if you're feeling this in your back, bring your legs higher. Otherwise, they're out on that 45. We're going to squeeze those heels into that ball. Those inner thighs should be starting to feel like a burn. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. If you drop the ball, keep tapping your heels. And now faster. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bend the knees in. We'll take that ball out. Set it to the side. Press those legs back out. Good. We're going to bend those knees in, and you're going to send those legs up. We're trying not to move the carriage, and now pull those legs down. So you're not bending very far. It's a little teeny bend. Legs go up to the ceiling. Zip up those legs and squeeze down. Bend in a little. Carriage won't move here if you can. Now squeeze those inner thighs so the legs are zipped up and down. And in and extend up. Zip those legs up, squeeze down. Last time. And leave those legs down. We're going to bend the left knee to the left shoulder, and we're going to open that right leg out to the side and press out. Right knee bends to the right shoulder. So this is our Russian dancer or Peter Pan. So the legs are staggering. Inhale, exhale. 4, 3, 2. Now press the heels out. Hips are going to stay still. We're going to bring those legs up. Keep that tailbone down. Open the legs in circle. And you may not get those legs completely up, but we do want those hips completely down. And let's do circle around, exhale, 4. As your legs move away from you, tighten the core right across the front of the pelvis. 2. And bring them out. Good. We're going to reverse. Legs go open. They circle back up and together and down through the center. Exhale. Open, inhale. Exhale. Pull those abs in. Anchor through that tailbone. We've got 4. Feeling those lower abs right above your pubic bone. 3. And again, maybe those legs aren't coming all the way up. They might be out a little bit away from you. 2. On this one, when the legs open, we're going to go ahead and hold them out there and grab those ropes and let the legs stretch, maybe pulling a little bit of tension out of those ropes by pulling from the back of the machine. Deep breaths, relaxing. Now bring those legs up to the ceiling and we're going to pull down on those ropes and stretch. Good. Try to get your hips down on the mat and bring those legs out. You're going to bend your left knee and then let that right leg go up. Breathe. Press it out and change. So right knee bends. You can let the rope pull you, or if it feels too much, you can kind of pull back on that rope from the back of the machine. And then press both legs out. Knees come in. We're going to set the soles of the feet together. Knees are open. And again, always have that ability to pull some of the tension out of the ropes with your hands. And let's draw those knees into center. We're going to slip those loops off. Put those loops down. We're going to go ahead and turn to the side and come on up. Good. We're going to take it down again to one single red. So one of those reds comes off. We're going to step up and we're going to hold on to the foot bar. Your standing outside leg is going to be on the side and you're going to put your right heel up against that shoulder pad. Go ahead and press the carriage out. Sink those hips down. Now I like to bring my hand to the frame, but you can keep both hands on that foot bar. We also have the option to lift that knee up and press that leg straight. So the knee down is an option. The leg straight is also an option. You're going to try to square those hips off. Take a deep breath. And then coming forward, we're going to straighten that front leg. And again, knee can be down. So we're going to lift the tailbone, press the carriage out. Try to keep that front leg straight if you can. Be gentle with your hamstrings. Maybe soften the knee if it feels like too much. Inhale and exhale. We're going to move forward. We're going to turn into the machine. So both toes point towards that side wall, towards the machine, and you're going to press out. And you can hold on to the frame if it feels comfortable. You can hold on to the foot bar. Now see if you can lengthen your chest forward. Get your tailbone back, chest forward. Breathe. And let's bring that carriage home. Good. And we're going to walk around. We're going to do the other side. If that ball is there, let's move that out of our way. So we're going to stand with the right leg or the outside leg towards the front of the machine. Other heel up against that shoulder pad. Press that carriage out. Let those hips sink down. Shoulders are dropped. And again, you can have the knee up or the knee down. Engage the core, so we're still holding those abdominals in. Sink those hips down, deep breath. Good. And then slide it forward. I'm going to set that knee down. Straighten that standing leg. Now lift the tailbone up a little bit and press out. You can let that carriage go way out. Maybe softening the back of that knee that you're standing on if it's too intense. Come out of that. Breathe. Shoulders are down. Now slide it forward. We're going to turn our bodies and our toes towards the machine, pressing against that shoulder pad with the left foot. Chest goes forward, tailbone back. Feel that back flatten, belly button lifting. And then, good. Let's come in. Good. We're going to put on a green and a red. So we'll have 3 springs on, 2 reds and 1 green. We're going to step up, make sure that foot bar is locked. So we're going to come up on top of that machine. And we're going to step into the center of the carriage. We're going to hold on to that foot bar and pull those hips back. Let your head tilt forward. Breathe into that. Maybe soften the knees and then shift it forward. Good. We're going to step forward a little bit. We're going to take those feet together. Left foot over right, hands to the left. We're going to pull those hips back to the right corner. So we're sort of pulling our body back on a diagonal. Take an inhale. Exhale it out. Let your chest feel heavy. Maybe soften both knees. Shift it forward. Open up the hands and then uncross the feet. Right foot over left. Hands go to the right side of the foot bar. We're going to pull those hips back on a diagonal. Head is down. Lift the hips. Maybe soften the knees. Take a deep breath. And then shift it forward. We're going to open up the feet nice and wide. We're going to keep hands on that foot bar and just let your chest fall forward. Maybe again, those knees can soften at the back of the leg. Take a deep breath. Feel heavy through the chest and the heart. And then let's lift the chest. We're going to step to the side and come on off. Let's face the side of the machine or sit down on the side of the machine. We're going to reach it up. One hand down and we're going to reach over. Breathe. Get that arm right by your ear. And come up and we'll change sides and breathe. And then both arms up. Take a nice inhale. Exhale the arms down. We'll touch behind us and pull those elbows back. Pull those abs in. And we're going to squeeze between the shoulder blades. And then arms are going to come down and relax and roll. 3, 2, and reverse. And 3, and 2. And we are all done. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed class.